In our previous episode, we traveled from Dubai to Muscat and explored our first stop, Wadi Hokain. Beautiful sulfuric water and the perfect summer experience. And maybe a few hurdles we had to face along the way. Fast forwarding to now, we drove for nearly 4 hours to our next destination, Wadi Tiwi. Our entry point was surrounded by palm trees and we drove down a narrow road with water flowing beside us. We passed through almost 5 villages before reaching the Wadi, and the roads were super steep and at certain points incredibly narrow. But somehow we made it. Once we reached the entry point, we met with our guide Abdullah. He's a Wadi expert.
Let's go.
New destination.
Yeah, let's go.
After Wadi Shab, we go up to Wadi Tiwi.
What baffled us was that he was walking barefoot in 45-degree heat. Do you realize how hot those stones can get? After climbing down almost 200 stairs, we finally found Wadi Tiwi. The moment we reached the bottom, we were welcomed by a beautiful waterfall. There were two sides to this experience. One side through shallow waters where you can just relax and be taken care of. And on the other, well, it was a bit more tricky.
There's a rope that goes down from there to there, and there's a water patch over there which is a bit more deeper, but it's very beautiful, but just a bit more risky because can you see the wet stony patches over here? There's a high chance of you slipping and falling, but as you see over there, there's a rope there where someone would help you go down, and someone is coming up currently. So you always have someone at this section trying to take care of you and helping you out. So yeah, it's a great wadi. The minute you go down, I heard that the water is deeper, so if you don't know how to swim, try to get yourself a life jacket.
The deeper you go into the wadi, it feels more like paradise. Cold water surrounding you, but don't forget, once you're done, it's a tough walk back. 200 steps and some rope climbing too. Hungry, famished and tired, we then set out on a 1-hour drive to Ras Al Jinz, famous for its turtle reserves. Since the reserve opens at 9 p.m, we decided to unwind at the beach, but things didn't go as planned.
We came to the beach, but a problem, we got stuck. Like, look at the tire, it's gone down. We just came a little bit in, but we got stuck. It was too deep. Look at that.
Well, at least it was a good place to get stuck. We tried deflating our tires and luckily some locals came to help us out. We dug through as much as sand as we could, but here's what happened. A man approached us. We weren't sure if he was a cop or just another local. After seeing our situation, he warned us that vehicles weren't allowed in this area. And if we continued, we'd be fined and possibly face a night in jail.
Someone came to help us. I think they have a rope and they're just going to pull it from the front.
However, on the first try, this happened. I really thought a bumper was done for.
Let's see. This is... Let's see if that works.
And we were free.
Car is free, but we're not allowed in this area. We're not allowed to park anywhere, drive anywhere over there because of what just happened. So we're supposed to park our cars in that location right over there, and we are supposed to walk to the beach.
We spent the next 40 minutes at the beach until sunset. There was the sense of calmness that's hard to explain. I loved every bit of it. This is Ras Al Jinz Turtle Reserve, and it's run by the Omani government. So you have to buy a ticket, and when your group is called, you're taken to the beach. Turtles are very sensitive to light, so no flash photography or flash videography is allowed. They have set up red lights all around the area, and later a bus picked us up and dropped us off at the site where turtles perch. Our guide explained turtle behaviors, and this is how the turtle birthing works. A female turtle comes ashore at night, usually to the same beach where she was born. She digs multiple nest cavities, just another word for deep holes, and depending on the species, she lays anywhere from 50 to 200 eggs. She then covers the nest with sand to protect the eggs and returns to the sea by morning. About 45 to 70 days later, again, depending on the species and the temperature, the eggs hatch. Interestingly, warmer sun produces more female turtles, while cooler sun produces more male turtles. The hatchlings usually emerge early in the morning to avoid predators and the scorching sun. They follow the moonlight towards the sea, but this journey is incredibly dangerous as they are vulnerable to crabs, birds, and other predators. Our guide told us that about only 1 to 2 turtles out of every 1,000 survive. Since we visited in April, only one turtle came ashore that night. They showed us her track marks, and then there she was, beautiful and mighty. Everyone took photos and then returned to their hotels. The next morning was special. The turtle was still in her nest cavity, possibly still laying eggs. The beach was more crowded, with fishermen heading out to sea, creating a lot of noise pollution. And remember, turtles are extremely sensitive during the birthing process. We watched the sunrise, and finally, she made her way back into the ocean.
So much later that the old narrator got tired of waiting and they had to hire a new one.
And then she was gone, off to a new land far away.
I'm back. But that's not all the adventure we have captured. In our next episode, we are going to explore a hidden beach called Bar Hikmat, also known as the Maldives of Oman. And we found something terrifying in our next Wadi. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment your favorite part of this video in the comment section below.